Alright, so today we're fixing this Fusion splicer. The problem is that one of the shoes here, one of the, our boots or shoes, whatever you want to call it, was locked. So when yes, I've had to get this thing into pieces to be able to get into it to where the problem is. The problem specifically lies with see that little brass piece right there, how there's no motor attached to it? Motor's sitting right there. Okay, so if you look over here, you can see on this one, I'm going to move it a little bit. Where is it? So if I move that, you can see that little black thing. Well, that little brass fitting there is supposed to spin out on a lead screw and move back and forth with that guide pin to move this piece back and forth. Now, when I open this thing up, this was pushed all the way over, and that brass fitting was actually tilted on an angle because it had actually slipped off the end of this. This thing had de-threaded the entire brass piece. So now the only way that I can fix this is to thread it back on. And let me tell you, that is not easy, because if I want to take the gearbox off, well then I got to put those screws back in when I'm done working on it, right? That's a no-go. If I can't just thread it, because this cannot rotate. That little bracket cannot rotate, and I can't rotate this because of the ears. So I got this little step motor board, this little step motor controller, and the idea is that I am going to place the lead screw into the fitting here, and then I'm going to turn on my power supply, and I put a blue mark on here so that you can see the rotation of this thing. So I'm just gonna, this is just a generic little step motor driver that I picked up on Amazon for $6, or 16 bucks, sorry. See that? There we go. So I'm applying 5 volts, and I've got it connected to this driver board, and I'm able to actually drive this motor enough that I can actually thread it back onto that brass piece, put the screws back in, and then take the 45 minutes it's going to take to reassemble this entire little thing. This is almost like, you know, doing brain surgery on a beloved pet. This is just such an involved task. But anyway, yeah, fortunately stuff like this exists on Amazon and AliExpress. So I was able to get this within 3 days. Now I can actually insert this and thread the lead screw back into the brass fitting, screw it on, put it back together, do a full cleaning and all that. And by the way, I've got saran wrap on here to make sure that I don't get fiber strands anywhere, because I took this thing outside and cleaned it very thoroughly, even though the customer thoroughly cleaned it before I brought it into my house. And I still found fiber strands, cutoffs, sharps. Yeah, fixing these things is not fun. All right, have a good day, folks. Bye.